if you have a fear that is debilitating you from being visible, from getting seen, from building that tribe, from getting out there and really being the best known authority in your industry, building your brand, raising your credibility, if you have a fear about anything, whether that is a fear of being seen, a fear of being judged, a fear of not being liked, a fear of being rejected, might be a fear that you don't know enough or that you're not qualified enough. If you have any of these fears that are holding you back, I want you to go to a place of love with that fear. So if that fear is of I'm not qualified enough, or people are going to look at my qualifications and they're going to laugh at me, so then go to the biggest thing that you would love around that. Okay, so I'm not as qualified as I'd like to be in what I'm doing. So what would I love? I'd love to make a massive impact. Great. And so what? I'm not qualified enough to do this. So what would be the thing that you would love? Well, I'd love to have a voice in my industry. Okay, so you haven't got a qualification in this thing. What would you most love? Well, I'd love to be sat on Oprah's sofa and be recognized as a thought leader in my industry, even without having qualifications. Okay, brilliant. So what else would you love? And go to all of the things that you would love to do. I've just done this in my mastermind with my group this morning. And it was so powerful to see them work through and bust through the limiting fears and the limiting beliefs and the things that are causing them to behave in a way that is distracting them from actually being visible, from being seen, from getting out there, from doing those things that they would most love, from being the person that they would most love to be, just because of that one debilitating little thing that is saying you're not qualified enough, or you're not enough, or you're not thin enough, you're not fat enough, you're not qualified enough, you're not experienced enough, blah 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 blah. And take whatever those fears are that are limiting you, that are holding you back, and get those fears turned into love. What would you most love in this situation? And honestly, I've seen the most amazing transformations in this morning's mastermind just through doing this activity with them. So take one fear that's holding you back right now, or you might take some time now to journal down all of the things that are holding you back, all of the fears, all the frustrations, all the shit that's limiting you from achieving the goal, or from launching that business, or from launching that product, or even creating that product in the first place. What is the thing, the fear, that is holding you back from doing that? And then make a list of 10 things for each one of those fears that you would love to happen most. And then look at those two things side by side. When you look at the fear and then you look at all these things you'd love to happen, like I'm totally accepted in my industry, I'm loved for what I do, people love me for the wisdom that I have learned through my own experience, not because I've learned it from a textbook. They actually love it more that I've learned this from my experience than from a book. Right? People love the content that I'm sharing with them. People accept me for who I am, like whatever those things are. And then you're going to create an I am statement next to each of those. So, I am loved when I am visible. I am loved for my qualification of life experience. I am supported for being who I am. Like all of those things, turn them into I am statements. And if you can write 10 I am statements for each fear that you have, you'll start to take those first steps towards manifesting those things, being the person, being the ripple that you wish to see in the world that creates those things. Like if you wrote down, I am loved and respected as a thought leader in my industry for what I know, you get that I am statement next to it. Get that I am statement next to it. Print them out. Get them everywhere. Take that one biggest debilitating fear that is holding you back. Create your I am statements and get them up on your mirror in your bathroom for when you're brushing your teeth and you're saying to yourself, right, I am loved for what I do. I am credible in what I do. People empower themselves through my work. People blah blah blah, right? So get really clear about that, and then print it out, turn it into a screensaver on your phone, make it a screensaver on your desktop. Do whatever you have to do to start really owning those statements. And as you start to own those statements, you'll start to behave in a way and create positive beliefs in a way that move you towards it. Your reticular activator will be looking for the positive evidence and the positive proof that those things are actually true. So if you have a fear that you'll be rejected, for example, well, what would be the best thing? What would be the thing that I would love most is to be embraced for just being myself. So, right, I am embraced for just being myself. I am welcomed for just being myself. I am loved for just being myself. I am recommended because I am just being myself. And get that really clear until you feel it in every part of your body. And you will start to behave in a way that you are loved, that you are respected. You won't attract the stuff that you were fearful about. You will attract the things that you are focusing on. And those things that you're focusing on, they will expand and get bigger. And you'll start to really create an identity around being loved, being respected, being accepted, being visible. And then you're going to start, instead of equating a pain to being visible, you'll start to think to yourself, wow, the more visible I am, the more loved I am. The more visible I am, the more respected I am. The more visible I am, the more people I'm giving a voice to. The more visible I am, fill in the dots, right? So then you'll start to love visibility because it's actually leading you towards the things that you would love most, instead of moving you towards the debilitating fears that are paralyzing you from moving forward. And anything that's paralyzing you from moving forward means that you're not making your impact. You're not out there being the ripple and the brand that you want to see in the world. And if you're not doing those things, then you're not creating the legacy that you want. That tune, that music that you have inside you, that's such a gift, that's important to every life that you know you can touch, will die with you when you die. And we have no idea when that expiration date is going to be. So take that action, take it today, take that biggest fear, follow this process. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below what came out of that process. What are the things you would most love? I want to hear those positive things that you're creating for yourself. If you do nothing else for yourself today, take 15 minutes to do that for yourself. And then tomorrow take another 15 minutes and just have a date with yourself every day for the next 7 days and work on one of your fears and come up with this overwhelming evidence that you are enough, you are fucking awesome, you are magical, you are magnificent, you are the most incredible being and human being on the planet that does what you do in the way that you do it with your unique fingerprint. There's never been somebody like you before, with the same experiences, with the same shit, the same failures, the same fuck ups, the same transformations, the same joys. There's nobody that's been on this planet before you, and there will never be another you again. So now's your time to step into that next level of you, to stop playing someone else's game, to stop being debilitated by somebody else's visibility. It's time for you to own your identity so that you can own your value, so that you can own your gifts, and then you can own your purpose, and then you can own your lane and that one ripple of impact that you were born to make. So you have one ripple, one brand, one message, and one unique drop, and it all starts with you. Make sure you put your answers in the comments below, because I can't wait to see what you would most love. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Mwah.